days when everyone used to say you were the smart one. You were the kid who always had the answers, the one teachers believed in, the one who helped others with their homework, the one who finished everything early. They told you, you're going to do great things. And maybe you believed it, but now you sit alone with your coffee, staring at the wall, wondering where it all went wrong. You feel tired, confused, like you took a wrong turn somewhere, but you don't know when or how to go back. You used to feel like you were going somewhere. Now, it just feels like you're standing still while everyone else is moving forward. And maybe no one says it out loud, but you feel it. You feel the pressure, the quiet shame, the voice in your head that says, you should be doing better. You look at your friends. Some of them have careers. Some are married. Some are traveling. And you feel stuck. You still remember being full of potential. But now, you feel like someone who wasted it. You feel like a disappointment. Not to others, but to yourself. And the worst part? You don't even know what you want anymore. Not really. You used to dream big. Now you just want peace. You want to wake up and not feel behind. You want to feel proud of yourself again? Sometimes, late at night, you ask yourself, what happened to me? I used to be so full of hope. Where did it go? And then you scroll through your phone. You try to distract yourself. You smile at people. You say, I'm fine. But inside, you're tired of pretending. You're tired of carrying this feeling that something's wrong with you, that everyone else got the map, and you're just wandering alone, hoping to figure it out. But let me tell you something. You're not broken. You're not behind. And no, you didn't fail. You're just human. And right now, you're in the middle of becoming someone new. And becoming is never easy. Sometimes the people who seem the strongest are the ones who cry quietly when no one's watching. You learned how to hide your feelings. You learned how to smile even when you were hurting. Because you didn't want to worry anyone. Because you thought, if I just keep going, maybe it'll get better. But the truth is, you're tired of being strong. You want to be seen. You want someone to say, it's okay not to have it all figured out. It's okay to feel lost. You spent years trying to meet expectations. Your family's, your teachers, even your own. But somewhere along the way, you forgot to ask, what do I really want? And now, every time someone asks you, so what are you doing now? You feel that twist in your chest because you don't know how to answer. Because you don't want to explain that you're still figuring it out. You thought that being smart meant life would be easy, but intelligence doesn't protect you from confusion, or loneliness, or fear. It just means you think about everything deeply. You feel everything intensely, and that can be exhausting. But maybe this is not failure. Maybe this is the part where life invites you to slow down, to stop chasing what looks good from the outside, and start finding what feels right on the inside. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need a 5-year plan. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need to breathe, to take one small step, to say to yourself, it's okay. I'm learning. I'm growing. Even trees lose their leaves. Even the moon disappears for a while. Even the ocean is sometimes still. Why do you expect yourself to be full of direction all the time? You are allowed to pause, to feel uncertain, to change your mind, to start again. You were never meant to follow one straight line. You were meant to explore, to fall and get up, to grow in ways no one expected, not even you. Sometimes you scroll through old photos. You see yourself smiling at a birthday, at graduation with friends, and for a moment you wonder, was I really happy back then? Or was I just better at hiding things? You miss who you used to be? That younger version of you, so full of energy, so full of plans. You think, if only I could go back and do it all again. Maybe I'd choose differently. But the truth is, that version of you did the best they could, with what they knew, with the heart they had. And honestly, that's enough. You didn't mess up your life. You're just learning what truly matters to you. And that process, it's slow, it's uncomfortable, but it's real. There are no shortcuts here, no magic steps, just moments, small moments, when you choose to get up, when you choose to try again, when you choose to believe in yourself, even just a little, and that's where change begins. Not in big plans, but in tiny shifts, in the way you talk to yourself, in the way you forgive your past, in the way you let go of who you thought you should be, so you can finally meet who you really are. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not a failure. You are becoming, and sometimes that means feeling lost for a while, That means walking through a fog before you see the sunrise. But one day, you'll look back at this version of yourself. The one who felt broken, the one who cried quietly, the one who kept going anyway. And you'll say, that was me. That was the moment I started again. That was the beginning of everything. You keep telling yourself, I'll feel better once I figure it all out. But what if you don't have to figure it all out right now? What if the pressure you feel isn't from life itself, but from the story you've been telling yourself? That story that says, you should have achieved more by now. You should already have a clear path. You should know what you're doing. But here's the truth. There is no should. There is only what is. And right now, what is you. Breathing, trying, waking up every day and doing your best, even when your heart feels heavy. That's not failure. That's courage. You've learned how to survive. Now it's time to learn how to live. And living? It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about choosing kindness, especially towards yourself. You are allowed to grow slowly. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to not have all the answers. Life isn't a race. It's not a checklist. It's a rhythm. And sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is to pause, to breathe, to simply say, I'm still here. I haven't given up. Because staying alive, staying open, staying soft, even after everything you've been through, is a kind of success the world rarely celebrates. But it matters. You've been through so much. Things no one sees. Things you don't even talk about. And still, you show up. You keep going. And maybe that's what strength really looks like. Not being fearless, but feeling afraid and continuing anyway. You don't have to be the person everyone expects. You don't have to live someone else's dream. You can choose your own way. You can build something slow, something quiet, something real, something that belongs to you. You can begin again, as many times as it takes. One day someone will ask you, hey, how did you get through that time in your life? And you'll smile softly, not because it was easy, but because you remember how hard it was and how you made it through anyway. You'll remember the late nights, the overthinking, the quiet tears, the fake smiles, the long walks where you talk to yourself like a friend because no one else really understood. And you'll realize those were the moments you were building something. Not a resume, not a title, but a self, a soul, a kind of strength no one could see. You used to think being smart meant knowing everything, but now you're learning that wisdom isn't about answers. It's about being able to sit with uncertainty. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about asking the hard questions, even if you don't like the answers yet. You don't need to rush. You don't need to catch up. There is no scoreboard in life. There is only you and what matters to you. You're not here to impress anyone. You're here to experience, to love, to fail, to learn, to grow in ways you never expected. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is to stop pretending, to stop saying I'm fine when you're not, to stop pushing yourself when all you need is rest. This is your life. Not a test, not a performance, not a competition. It's okay to take a different path. It's okay to go slow. It's okay to be soft. To not have big dreams right now. To just focus on healing. And when you feel lost again, because you will, remember this. You don't need to find a perfect destination. You just need to take the next gentle step. One step, then another. With kindness, with patience, with trust. That is enough. Hey, if this episode made you feel seen, if it felt like a quiet moment of comfort in your day, maybe consider staying a little longer. This channel is not just about learning English. It's about growing, slowly, gently, while learning how to be kind to yourself along the way. So if you want more quiet talks like this, if you want to learn with warmth, not pressure, go ahead and subscribe. It's free. And it's just one small way to remind yourself, I'm not alone. Thanks for listening. And take care of your heart. You're doing better than you think.